my friends, and welcome back to the channel. If you've been here before, your presence means so much to me, as I hope you know. And if it's your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm Sally, and I share all things holistic wellness, intentional living, do a lot of pro-metabolic, as we say, nutrition around here. I call it that because I feel like that's the best encapsulation of really what I'm about, but it's about whole food that nourishes your body, that is prepared in ways that don't upset your body, but that's also realistic and designed to just work with your body to make you flourish in every way. So we try to keep it real here, try to eat lots of tasty food here, and this particular video is going to be just a week in my life, not like all day, every day, but we're gonna be popping in throughout the week as we are making recipes, working out, as we are studying, as I am working on building my business. This is something so exciting that I kind of soft announced over on Shorts. It'll probably be like a week or so ago by the time this video comes out. That coming in November, I am launching a comprehensive pro-metabolic starter guide where we are going to be diving into the basics of pro-metabolic nutrition, how you can support your body, how you can transition from wherever you are to this kind of diet and lifestyle in a way that is affordable, of course, delicious and feasible, because we want to take it one step at a time, you know, and it doesn't need to be overcomplicated. That's what so much of this is about. So it's really exciting over these next couple months to be working on that resource, working on some other things that are not officially announced just yet, but will overall be contributing to building my business and getting to work with y'all a little bit closer, which I'm so excited for. So also, if you don't know, my husband and I just moved to Boise, Idaho. We're a little bit crazy. We're from North Carolina. We've lived in North Carolina our entire lives, and we just wanted to move across the country. So here we are. Yeah, we wanted to live somewhere that had a lot of outdoor access and experience being out west so we can travel around this area. The drier climate is definitely a plus. I'm a huge fan, and we're kind of in the figuring it out stage right now. We're house sitting. It's been just the most fantastic situation. Actually, the host is with us for a good bit of the time, helping her out with some things, and we're figuring out, you know, a rental for the time being and what next steps are going to look like. So things are crazy and chaotic, but that's just life. And part of this video also, I think, is just like celebrating, you know, being in the moment, whatever the moment is like, and even at times that you're unsettled. So all of that said, all of that talking aside, I'm getting ready to go to the gym, and I'm going to make a delicious little smoothie shake coffee drink thing. The afternoons are usually where I struggle with like blood sugar management the most, and also pre-workout. I find that I just will not fuel myself properly, and then I have a sucky workout. So lately I have been trying doing like a smoothie or a shake of some kind pre-workout, and it has changed the game. So today we are making this little coffee, coconut, cinnamon, maple, delicious frappe, I guess you would call it, in this little blender thing. Our host she has two of them. She said it was like $50 for the two of them, and you just charge them with like a USB charger, and it blends them up right here in the bottle. And I was so skeptical initially, but yeah, it works so well. So let's make this thing, and I'll share the full recipe probably down the road, we'll say, but it's also on Instagram, at least kind of like a rough draft of it, so you can go check that out on Instagram if you're interested. Seriously cannot tell you how good this is, and it is perfect pre-workout because it has potassium, it has sodium, you've got carbs in here that are easy to digest, and then of course you have some fat, and you can add collagen or not for some protein, just depending on how quick you want everything to hit. But especially if you're just having it as like an afternoon snack in isolation, I'd make sure to add some collagen or have it with some protein. Otherwise it could totally spike your blood sugar. But I'm gonna sip on this, and while I'm doing so, I am working on some studying for this week's module with Nutritional Therapy Association, which is on immunity. And this is just so huge because it extends beyond just like getting sick or getting an infection and into things like autoimmunity and allergies and food sensitivities. All of that has to do with your immune system. And these are some of the biggest issues for which people come to nutritional therapists for, or might need help with in approaching nutritional support, I suppose. So I'm really just trying to make sure I have all these concepts down, and there's so many different types of cells that are involved in the immune response and that can contribute to the system operating properly or operating improperly. And it's just hard to remember. So I'm gonna go back through the readings and the notes and just the readings and the videos, and just take some notes on key terms so that I can really solidify them in my brain. So we're gonna do this, and I think that it'll be about time for the workout. Okay, this is me pretending to be a real influencer. I got my little workout fit on, my favorite Athleta sports bra and some Nike leggings. I actually wish I knew what these were called. Samuel's like literally bug-eyed over here looking at me. I wish I knew what these are called though, because I think they're like, the black ones are more flattering, but they're super comfy, super flattering leggings in my opinion, at least for my body type. And of course we've got our Vivos. So I feel like I need a little bit more of a snack. So I'm gonna eat a banana and some peanut butter. Samuel's over here making his super fancy pre-workout drink. What's your pre-workout drink? Looks like
bull urine.
That's what it looks like. Although I can't say I've ever seen bull urine. Looks like really dehydrated urine.
It's coconut water and maple syrup. So it's just carbs.
Little electrolyte carb punch. All right, let's go work out. Tuesday, y'all. I just hopped out of the shower, as you can see by my wet hair, but the weather today is absolutely perfect and it just has me in the best mood. So I'm about to go walk the dog that we're watching on the green belt here, which is just this lovely trail that spans all the way from one side of the valley, pretty much the other side of the valley, but many, many miles of it, fun to bike, fun to walk. And I got a really exciting package. She heard the word walk and she's like running up right now. But I got the most exciting package yesterday. I got in my new shoes. These are Ultras, and y'all know that I'm a huge fan of the barefoot shoes, the Vivos in particular, and I've been wearing those like 99% of the time to train, to walk, to do pretty much anything, and it's been amazing. It's like pretty much fixed, along with soft tissue work and seeing a chiropractor, but really the shoes have made a huge difference. It's fixed pain through my hip and pain through like my leg and my knee. However, if you are standing on hard ground for a long time, like if Samuel and I are filming and we're on cement all day long, or if we're running on a trail, or sorry, not on a trail, but on like cement, it just gives your legs quite a beating, particularly your calves. And so I did want something a little bit more cushioned to try running and walking, working in kind of in those contexts. So Samuel actually has the exact same shoes, but these are the Ultra Escalantes, and they're really nice because they have a wide toe box so your toes can still spread out, and they are 0 drop. It's just that there's a little bit more cushion. So I'm gonna try them today as we're walking and just see how it feels. I also got in some magnesium glycinate. If you've been here for a while, you probably know that this is my go-to. I often get it from Whole Foods, but I ordered this on Prime Day from Amazon. Magnesium glycinate is like the most bioavailable, or one of the most bioavailable forms. And magnesium is super important. It's an electrolyte mineral, and because of soil depletion, most of us do not get anywhere near enough. Now, there are certain medications that have like kind of a cross reaction with magnesium. So if you're on any medications, just make sure to look that up. But as a whole, it's one of those supplements that I do think everyone can benefit from. And this one is linked on my Amazon storefront, and I'll put it in the description box as well in case you want to check it out. I take 400 milligrams a day of this. Let's go walk the dog. and get moving and shaking with our day. Matthew, can you go for a car ride? So quick. So quick. Lunch hack, my friends, get some frozen chicken at the beginning of the week. I like to get it frozen because it's often a little bit cheaper, and chicken breast works best for this in my opinion. Throw it in your Instant Pot or just throw it in the oven, cook it, shred it, and then make yourself some chicken salad. I like putting apples in my chicken salad. Grapes are also good, but apples are what I tend to go for. You can comment below what your go-to chicken salad toppings are. And I always make my own dressing with a homemade mayonnaise. I have that recipe also actually up on Instagram, so you can go check that out if you're interested. I do it in a jar and in an immersion blender, and then it makes just a super easy mayonnaise, which you can turn into dressing. And the good thing about chicken salad is even if you break your mayonnaise, you can still use it for this. So anyways, super easy to pull out and have throughout the week. I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna drink my little smoothie that I just made, and then we have some editing to do. Good morning, y'all. It is now Wednesday, and I'm in between NTA calls right now. So figured I would use this opportunity to throw on just a little bit of makeup and say hello for the day. I'm trying to do a better job of like making a to-do list and then executing on that to-do list and being really intentional about my time in that way instead of just kind of randomly getting stuff done, because I'll get a lot done, but it's like I don't quite know when to stop. It feels a little scattered. So I'm gonna write things out here in a minute, but my objectives for today are the 2 NTA calls, which I'm almost done with after this next one. And then I want to film a video, which will post actually the Monday before this comes out. It's gonna be on internal sunscreen, so I'm really excited for that one. Make sure to check it out if you haven't already. We're gonna film that. And the other thing I want to do is map out different recipes and concepts that I want to make sure I'm covering in our pro-metabolic starter guide. And this process is one that, I keep coming back to because there are things that I'm thinking of at different times on different days, but I'm trying to carve out a little bit of time each week at least to have a brainstorm session, so I have as much information compiled as possible and then can go back and whittle it down and create something that's super cohesive and easy to follow. So those are my 2 big objectives aside from the calls, just recording that video and going through and working on that starter guide. I don't think I'm gonna get to this today, but I might put it on tentatively. I want to watch some videos or listen to a podcast on autoimmunity and the digestive system and the big links between those 2 things, because truly a lot of immune issues do go back to digestion, but it's a really complex issue and I want to make sure that I'm prepared to address it in working with clients and just have a really comprehensive understanding of the matter. So I might do some of that just if I have extra time. I might not. Might save it for another day. But this afternoon we're going to go thrifting. which I'm sorry, I'm probably not going to take you along for, but if I find anything good, I will show you tomorrow. And then for our date night, I think we're going to go down to the river, which also I probably won't film, but we're going to go down to the river, go for a little swim. We might have a picnic. I don't know exactly, but yeah, that's what's on the docket for today. Really, really interesting stuff. I feel like this might be a fun vlog to watch because I like watching other vlogs like this, but it could also be so boring because it's like, here's me doing computer work. So just let me know. Yeah, just let me know. I also decided to go ahead and soak some black beans. The ideal way to do this really is to pour water on them and soak them like overnight before cooking them and then dump out that water so everything that's released goes away. But sometimes what I do is just use like boiling hot water and I soak them for a couple hours and it works pretty well for me. So it's kind of like a quick hack, but probably not quite as comprehensive as an overnight soak. And I'm thawing out some grass-fed burger patties. This was a huge hack that one of you actually taught me. Some Costco's sell grass-fed burger patties and literally it's just ground beef. It came out to like $5.19 a pound, which was amazing. And we're just gonna thaw it and probably make like a pasta dish with it. So excited about in terms of this starter guide is that it's really going to give us the opportunity to dive into all the topics I touch on here on the channel in more depth. So we're going to start out with what is metabolism, which I've talked a little bit about here, but I think it's really helpful to have a resource that discusses this in depth that you can look back to and consult in writing. So what is the metabolism? What role does nutrition play? And how can we eat broadly in such a way that is fueling the chemical reactions in our bodies? And then we're gonna get into sourcing. We're gonna talk about how to pick out high quality eggs, how to pick out meat that is gonna be most supportive to your body, what to look at when you're thinking about dairy. Of course, we're gonna talk about the fats that we're consuming. So polyunsaturated fats, monounsaturated fats, saturated fats, and how to make choices for what to cook with in different instances. We'll get into how to make sure you're getting enough of your essential fatty acids without overdoing it with processed PUFAs. And the good news is it's all so much more intuitive than you might initially think, just because our bodies really are designed to work with nature, and that just astounds me. I was just talking to someone in the comments of the video I posted today about it. Like, it's truly amazing how God designed our bodies to work in tandem with nature. And it's when we get involved and start screwing things up that the systems tend to fall apart, which I'd say is just, you know, product of the fall, and we're never going to attain perfection here in this life, but there's so much potential for healing that is just completely unrealized. And yeah, I'm just excited for this to be a really practical guide that is also going to lay out recipes that I love, ingredient listing, how to, you know, have a pantry clean out, and then using those recipes, using pantry staples, we'll have like a sample meal plan. So how can you craft this into something cohesive that works throughout the week? So anyways, you guys of course can let me know if you have any requests. And I'm just so excited to put this out there. Good morning, y'all. Happy Thursday. We had the best little date night last night. We went thrifting and I didn't find anything, but Samuel found a number of really awesome shirts for himself that he's been needing. And then we went to this place called Talea Wine or Talea Winery. They had a bunch of wines from Washington and Idaho, and all the ones we had were from Idaho, which was super fun to try. And then we did a little river dip. And this morning we're heading to the gym. I've got a little mineral smoothie, got my water, and gonna go get a good lift in. It is several hours later and I'm currently heading to a consignment shop. There are a few pieces in particular that I'm looking for. That's part of what I was doing at the thrift store yesterday, but just wasn't having any luck. But anyways, I'm looking for a few pieces for a photo shoot that's coming up and for a trip that's coming up. And yeah, thought it would be a nice little way to kind of get my brain out of work mode. After our workout today, we went to lunch with the pastor of a church that we are looking at going to, and that was so good. We had burgers, which were so yummy, and then I had a little rest and have just been getting some work done, working on like a school assignment, and then also working on some design stuff in terms of business and whatnot, which is super exciting but a little bit overwhelming just because there's a lot to do. So gonna try and get like a mental refresh by doing this, and we'll see if we can find anything good. All right, I am super pleased with what I was able to find at this store yesterday. The chickens are being very noisy over here, so if you hear cackling, that's what's going on. But the place was called Runway Fashion Exchange, if anyone is in the area and wants to check it out. But I got this shirt for $7. It's the brand Eyeshadow, and just super light and breezy, perfect for summertime, but it will also be great going into winter to pair with some jeans and a blazer or any sort of cute jacket. I love the back too. It has that kind of V-cut in the back, and I definitely need to wear not a black bra with it, but alas, that's what we have today. And then I have these shorts, which are Forever 21, and it kind of drives me crazy because I know Forever 21 is not the best brand. If it's like secondhand, I don't care, but they just fit me really well in the waist and the hips. I always find like a bunch of Levi's shorts or Levi's jeans even at thrift stores or these secondhand stores. But something about how they are fit, usually in the waist and the hips, it just doesn't work with my body type. So I'm still on a hunt for my perfect pair of vintage Levi's, but it's also possible that that just doesn't work with my body. But here's this, and I also got these jeans from the brand Motel, which I'm not familiar with, but I think they're super cute, nice and high-waisted, fit really nicely through the seat. And then of course just wider classic mom jeans as they drop all the way down, so they'll be perfect for just about everything. It's like my go-to winter or just anytime fashion piece. But I want to say that I am losing my freaking mind because I swear for like the past 2 years at least I have been looking for the perfect pair of like proper classic straight leg jeans, and I just cannot find them. And I'm kind of coming to the conclusion that they just don't work with my body, because it's like the size of my quads, the shape of my quads, and the shape of my calves. Anything I've tried on that's supposed to be straight-legged, if it fits me in the waist, it ends up being like super tight through my quads, usually through my calf as well, and then just like randomly flaring out at the bottom. But I want a nice pair of low-profile straight-leg jeans. So if anybody has had success with this, please let me know. If you have the same problem and have then had success, please let me know, because it's driving me crazy. But I'm gonna go to the grocery store, and here I am going to go to the grocery store here in just a second, because tonight we're going to a little pool party with our church, and I'm going to make like an arugula fresh summer salad for that. So I'm gonna go pick up some ingredients, and y'all can come along while I get those ingredients and throw the salad together. We're gonna head out, and I'm going to end the video here. If you want that recipe, it is going to be in the starter guide that launches in November. Arugula is an awesome green because it's super supportive to digestion. It's bitter, it stimulates stomach acid production, but it is not difficult to digest, and yeah, just much gentler on the stomach than a lot of other heartier greens. So thank you for being here. Please don't forget to subscribe, like this video if you like what you saw, and I'll see you next time. Bye y'all.